Your body is talking. Are you listening? Because what you're about to discover could change everything you thought you knew about yourself. Have you ever felt that there is something greater going on inside you? Something that science cannot explain, that words cannot reach. There are times when your body whispers truths that your mind is not yet ready to comprehend. What if I told you that these whispers are not coincidence, but a call from a higher version of yourself, waiting patiently to emerge? The spiritual journey is not linear. It does not follow manuals or schedules. It happens in layers, in waves, in cycles of death and rebirth. And there is a final stage, a point of no return, where everything is transformed, not with a bang, but with a silent precision that reorganizes every cell of your being. If you've made it this far, it's no accident. Your body already knows. Now it is time for your consciousness to catch up. There is a stage in the spiritual journey that cannot be faked, rushed, or confused. It is not accompanied by fireworks or phrases for social media. It comes silently, powerfully, and often through your body. For the chosen ones, this moment is sacred because it marks the crossing to the final stage of awakening. At this point, your body doesn't just support your journey, it becomes the journey. Your energy field restructures, your senses become distorted and refined, and parts of your biology begin to behave in ways that defy everyday logic. These are not symptoms of imbalance. These are signs of transformation, and only those who have passed all the previous thresholds can begin to understand them. In this video, we're not just talking about goosebumps or tingles. We're diving into 7 profound bodily changes that few experience and even fewer recognize. If you resonate with even one of them, your body may already be holding the truth. You have reached the final stage of awakening. Let's get started. Sign number 1. Phantom limbs of light. You're sitting motionless, no movement, no distractions, and suddenly you feel a gentle presence extending beyond your physical body. It can be from your back, as if wings were trying to unfold, or from your shoulders, elbows, or even your crown. It is not imagined, but it is not physical either. These are phantom limbs of light. And if you're experiencing this, your body is telling you something profound. This sensation is not a side effect or a medical issue. It is a spiritual emergence. These limbs are not visible, but are felt, as if your body remembers an energetic form that existed long before flesh and bones. Ancient traditions referred to this as the etheric body, a multi-dimensional aspect of you that extends slightly beyond the skin. And as you move into the final stage of awakening, this layer becomes more activated. The phantom limbs are part of your light anatomy. They hold memory, purpose, and potential. To some, these extensions of light feel like hands used to heal or feel subtle energy. For others, they are wings, symbolic of spiritual ascension or communication with higher realms. In any case, these sensations are not random. They are your soul's way of claiming space in the physical realm. Sometimes you can feel these limbs extending outward during intense emotion, meditation, or deep silence. You can even start instinctively adjusting your physical posture to accommodate them. This is your nervous system recalibrating to your energetic blueprint. Chosen ones who experience this often report vivid dreams involving light body flight, underwater movements, or navigating through unseen realms with ease. These dreams are not fantasy. They are the training grounds where your light form is becoming conscious. So how do you respond to this new and strange awareness? You listen, you allow, you stretch without stretching, and you begin to understand that the body is not just made of cells, it is also made of light and consciousness. You're not hallucinating, you're remembering. Your limbs of light are awakening, and they are extensions of your soul's true body. Sign number 2. Reverse pulse resonance. You are sitting quietly, heart at rest, when suddenly you notice a beat, but different from the usual. Instead of pulsing outward like a drum, it feels like your heart is pulling energy inward, rhythmically, consistently, like waves reversing to shore. This is not anxiety or palpitations. This is reverse pulse resonance, a phenomenon that only emerges when the heart chakra begins to receive information from the subtle planes. For most of our lives, the heart radiates outward, emotion, energy, empathy. But at this advanced spiritual threshold, the heart learns a deeper skill: how to absorb frequency-based truth. In the final stage of awakening, the heart becomes a listening organ. It doesn't just emit, it tunes, it scans the field around you. It detects harmony, discord, lies, and alignment, not by logic, but by vibration. The result is this inward pulsation. You can feel this when you enter sacred spaces, or when someone speaks a profound truth. You may feel your chest swell inward, not from tension, but from recognition. Your body is saying, "That's true, I receive." Chosen ones often describe this experience as feeling gently pulled into the present moment, or as if their heartbeat is tuned to an invisible melody. This is not fantasy, it is attunement with the divine frequency. In ancient traditions, the heart was seen as the seat of divine knowledge, and now you're experiencing why. The heart becomes a compass. It points you toward what aligns. It distances you from what distorts. When this begins, allow yourself to pause and breathe. Put your hand on your chest and ask, "What am I receiving now?" Don't rush the answer. It will come in feeling, symbol, or moment. Sometimes it arrives in silence. You're not just listening to your heartbeat. You are feeling the heartbeat of the universe echo within your own. The reverse pulse is not just a symptom, it's a sacred conversation. And your heart is finally ready to speak its own language of light. Sign number 3. Crystalline static. Clairaudient calibration. In complete silence, you begin to hear something else. It's not buzzing, it's not voices, just a thin, almost electric static, like tiny crystals crackling in the air. It doesn't hurt. It's not distracting, but it's there, and it feels otherworldly. This is clairaudient calibration. Your third ear is awakening. In the ancient teachings, there is a frequency that lies just above the physical range, one that angels, guides, and interdimensional consciousness use to communicate. As your system becomes more refined, you start to register this hum. This crystalline static is not noise. It is pre-speech, the energetic form of messages not yet decoded. You can hear it during meditation, or when you're about to fall asleep, or right before someone important calls or sends you a message. This subtle signal is your cosmic listening range expanding. Stay with it. Eventually, static sharpens into symbols, and symbols become messages. Sign number 4. Solar portal activation. You may be sitting quietly or walking slowly through nature when it happens. A strange sensation, like a gentle wind spiraling into your lower abdomen. It's not physical discomfort. It doesn't feel like hunger or nausea. It feels like a gentle pull, a slow unfolding of energy into the center of your being. This is solar portal activation, a powerful energetic shift that occurs when the solar plexus chakra transforms from a personal power center into a receiver of spiritual guidance. In the early stages of awakening, the belly is often where anxiety, fear, and survival tension are stored. But in the final stage of awakening, this center begins to open, widen, and rotate differently. It can feel like a vacuum pulling something out, or like a tunnel forming in your core. Some chosen ones report warm breezes, others a sense of subtle implosion. But what is truly occurring is the removal of layers of identity. The solar plexus no longer operates as the battery of your ego. It becomes an intuitive navigation portal. This shift is often accompanied by sudden insights, directional clarity, and a reduction in fear-based impulses. You feel less reactive, and more like a satellite dish for divine decisions. You're not losing control, you're gaining intuitive flow. That spiral sensation in your belly is your inner compass reactivating. Let it rotate. It knows where you're going. Sign number 5, Kundalini descent, golden nectar. While standing or meditating, you feel something extraordinary. A wave of sensation moves through your thighs, knees, calves. But it's not numbness or tingling. It feels like liquid. Warm, soft, vibrational light. This is the descent of Kundalini, the final phase of energetic alignment. After ascending the spine and unblocking the chakras, the Kundalini energy begins its descent, sealing, anchoring, and stabilizing. It flows downward as a golden nectar, rebalancing the lower chakras with the higher ones. The legs, often neglected in spiritual discourse, are the stabilizers of light, and now they are being baptized by the cosmic current. You may feel an urge to walk barefoot on the earth, or sudden impulses of movement in your hips. Follow them. This is your body's way of helping the light settle completely. You are becoming the bridge, not just between mind and spirit, but between heaven and earth. Sign number 6, clairalience, sacred sense. You are indoors alone. No incense, no candles, no perfume, and suddenly you smell jasmine or rose or sandalwood. It is brief but unmistakable, and there is no source. This is the activation of clairalience, spiritual perception through smell. Angels and ascended beings often announce their presence through scents. Flowers, resins, and sacred woods are their calling cards. When your system is tuned, your body becomes a sensor of holiness. You don't smell air, You smell intention. These ghostly scents don't remain, but their presence means your spiritual environment is changing. Something divine is near, or a soul has come to visit. You are being witnessed. Sign number 7. Transparent hands. Etheric body activation. You're sitting still, perhaps lost in a task or deep in reflection, when suddenly your hands feel different, as if they're no longer solid. A feeling of emptiness, lightness, or even a faint glow wraps around your fingers. You look down. They are still there, but something about them feels less physical. This is not numbness, it's not tingling or discomfort. It is an unmistakable energetic shift. Your hands feel airy, as if part of them exists at a slightly different frequency. Many chosen ones during the final stages of awakening report this bizarre but inspiring phenomenon. So what exactly is going on? Your etheric body, the subtle energetic layer that surrounds and intertwines with your physical body, is becoming more active and pronounced. Hands are one of the most spiritually expressive parts of the human body. They give, receive, feel, project, and heal. When your awakening reaches a critical threshold, these parts begin to reflect the light body more than the flesh. This means that your hands can temporarily disconnect from the dense physical sensation and begin to mirror the structure of your energy field. The result, they feel partially invisible, like soft plasma, or as if a second pair of hands are hovering just above the real ones. This is especially common during meditation, after energy healing sessions, or when you're receiving high-frequency downloads. Your body is quiet, but your field is active, and your hands, acting as antennas, are the first to respond. You may also experience times when your palms generate heat without cause, or when others react to your touch as if it carries an invisible charge. This is because your energetic imprint is intensifying. Your aura is no longer passive, it is conductive. Another sign that this is happening is when you intuitively start gesturing in ways you never learned. Mudras, hand postures, spiral movements. During quiet moments, you may feel called to raise your hand toward the sky, or place your palm gently over someone's heart. These are not random. They are the body's way of channeling energy in real time. In fact, your hands are changing roles. From physical tools to luminous instruments, you may be able to feel the emotions of others more clearly by touching them, or project calm by simply placing your hand on a surface. The transparency you feel is not emptiness, it's clarity. And here's something deeper. This transformation is ancient in mystery schools and healing traditions. The hands have always been seen as the bridge between intention and manifestation. When they become light, it means that your manifestation ability is increasing. You are less attached to force and more attuned to flow. So the next time you feel your hands go light, flickering, or almost non-existent, pause. Notice. This is not a failure in your senses, it's a reminder that you're more than physical. You are stepping into your light form, and your hands are learning to act through vibration, not just movement. You are becoming the vessel through which unseen forces move, and your hands are the messengers of your soul's expanding power. What this all means, you don't need to memorize mantras or master meditation to reach the final stage of awakening. What you need to do is listen, because your body has always known. It speaks in waves, symbols, pulses, heat, silence. It doesn't lie, it doesn't rush, it simply waits for you to remember that it has been guiding you all along. These 7 bodily changes are not the beginning of your journey. They are the signs that you have succeeded, that you're crossing the final bridge, that the cosmos no longer speaks to you but through you. You're not just waking up, you're arriving. Let your body speak, let the soul listen, and let your presence become proof of everything you ever hoped was real. And now, after all that has been revealed, the question is no longer when will I awaken, but rather, am I ready to live as someone who has already awakened? Because these changes are not the end of the journey. They are the beginning of a new way of existing. You don't go back to who you were. You can no longer pretend you don't know. Your body became a living temple, an active portal, a cosmic antenna in constant tune with the invisible, and with that comes a sacred responsibility to live in truth, to radiate presence, to honor every sensation as a divine message. Do not seek external validation. Do not compare your awakening with anyone else's. Your journey is unique, as is your energetic fingerprint. Trust what your body is showing. It never lied to you. And as the world keeps running, you learn the sacred art of simply being. Because right now, you're not just waking up. You are the awakening. If this resonated with you, subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications, because what's coming next goes even deeper. Drop a comment below. Which of these 7 signs have you experienced? Phantom limbs, reverse pulse, crystalline static. Let's document this awakening together. The final stage is here, and your body is the proof.